Welcome to the debate. Our material today really forces us to look critically at the high-end flexible office market in London. We're comparing two offerings that are, well, they're both positioned as premium, but they're almost diametrically opposed in their fundamental definition of what value is. We're analyzing two specific listings. One is Berkeley Square House in Mayfair, priced at £480 per calendar month, and the other is Venture X, Building 7 in Chiswick Park, listed at $450.
And this comparison is just fascinating because it really captures this core tension we're seeing in the post-pandemic commercial real estate world. They're both aiming for that top-tier tenant, but their strategies just completely diverge.
Absolutely. So the central question we're facing is this. What is the highest value proposition in today's serviced office environment? Is that value derived primarily from, the non-replicable prestige and the seamless high-touch services that you get in a central location like Mayfair? Or is the superior choice found in, say, comprehensive utility, modern design, and all the member amenities offered by Chiswick Park? I'll be arguing that the Mayfair location provides a fundamentally stronger, more enduring value proposition. It's built on reputational collateral.
And I believe that framework is, it's becoming a little outdated. While I can't deny the status that comes with a Mayfair address, I'm going to maintain that the Chiswick Park listing, at a noticeable saving of £30 a month, offers superior functional utility and is just far better attuned to the demands of the modern professional. The value proposition of the future is, I think, rooted in tangible, human-centric design and logistical advantages, not just a historical postcode.
My entire case really rests on the idea that location is still the number one asset here. I'm specifically emphasizing the primacy of that address and the guarantee of seamless operational execution. Berkeley Square House, W1J6BD, is described as prime Mayfair. Now, that address isn't just geography, it's a statement. It provides a layer of reputational capital that instantly, it lowers the perceived risk of doing business with whoever is in that office.
That external signaling is undoubtedly powerful, I'll give you that, but it is an intangible asset.
I'd argue it's a functional utility, just in the dimension of perception. The value here is integrated right into the environment itself. You have a glass exterior leading to a bespoke reception area supported by a, quote, fully trained and friendly team. The services are comprehensive and high-touch. Manned reception, daily cleaning, and crucial ad hoc admin support. This is the very definition of a turnkey solution designed to minimize executive distraction.
Okay, when you say turnkey solution, you're really describing procurement efficiency. But you still have to justify the premium. The £480 price tag relies so heavily on the immediate surroundings, the premier shops, bars, cafes, museums. My contention is that Chiswick Park offers a modern operational advantage that fundamentally shifts that whole value equation away from historical prestige.
So tell me how.
Chiswick Park, W45YG, it excels because it prioritizes the user's experience and their practical logistical needs. It's listed at £450. The material describes it as a truly game-changing co-working space, and the benefits are specific and measurable. It addresses physical well-being through electric sit-stand desks, and it improves the working atmosphere with high ceilings and those breathtaking 180-degree panoramic views over London.
Those are commendable amenities, of course, but they are increasingly becoming, hygiene factors in the premium market, aren't they? They're not true differentiators anymore.
I disagree. I think the logistical utility is what really tips the scales. Chiswick Park provides car parking and great transport links to central London and Heathrow. For any firm engaged in global commerce, direct, rapid access to Heathrow is an absolutely essential operational feature. Mayfair, relying on congested tube stations like Green Park and Piccadilly, it simply cannot match that logistical convenience. This space is tailored to the physical needs of the occupants and the logistical needs of a global firm.
Okay, let's talk about that price differential then. You characterize the £30 monthly premium for Mayfair as unjustified. I would argue that spending an extra £30 a month is a minimal cost for acquiring significant reputational collateral. You're sort of equating logistical function, parking a car or taking a specific train, with the inherent stability and trust that's signaled by a prime Mayfair postcode.
Well, the problem is that prestige, for many high-growth or tech-driven firms, it doesn't translate directly into profit, whereas efficient logistics absolutely do. The ability to avoid the stress of central London transit, combined with that 24-hour access that allows teams to set their own work pattern that maximizes member efficiency. It's a huge convenience for regional and international travel. That level of functional utility, to me, outweighs the benefit of being near a museum.
I think you're underestimating the true functional utility of the Mayfair location, though. Prestige is functional utility when your business relies heavily on, say, external client acquisition or fundraising. The address signals success before you even speak. Moreover, the ubiquity of Mayfair, its accessibility from all across the London Underground network, is often more useful for internal staff and local client meetings than a specialized link to one airport. And those local amenities you dismissed, the shops, the bars, they serve as immediate, high-end extensions of the professional environment, frankly superior to any internal breakout room Chiswick can offer.
You're focusing on external signaling, which is just one part of the value equation. The modern market is demanding high internal performance. And that brings us directly to defining high specification. Berkeley Square House is described as having fully furnished offices delivered to a high specification throughout and fitted with the latest IT telephony. It emphasizes this polished corporate readiness and a sophisticated aesthetic, that glass exterior, the bespoke reception.
And that is exactly what the target market for a prime Mayfair address expects. That aesthetic signals permanence, stability. The comprehensive IT fit-out ensures immediate, reliable operation. For a high-level corporate tenancy, a seamless, high-gloss, structured environment where presentation is paramount is the highest specification. Any failure in aesthetics or infrastructure there reflects very poorly on the tenant.
I accept that standard corporate readiness is essential, but the standards of high specification are evolving. I'd argue that true high specification in, let's say 2025, has to include features that show a commitment to employee performance and well-being that directly affects recruitment and retention. Chiswick Park specifies the provision of ergonomic furniture including electric sit-stand desks. Now that is a tangible investment in the health and productivity of the occupant.
I see the appeal of ergonomic furniture, I do. But I'm not convinced that a specific type of desk justifies the entire selection of the office location. Isn't that just a required feature now, a modern expectation rather than a premium differentiator that tips the value scale away from Mayfair? And furthermore, the Mayfair listing implies a certain level of, structured proprietary IT infrastructure, which is crucial for high-value firms handling sensitive data. What does latest IT telephony really mean in Chiswick Park's co-working model? Does that communal hub structure introduce network or security compromises?
That's a thoughtful question, but the commitment to the physical environment in Chiswick Park goes far beyond just a desk. We're talking about architectural features, high ceilings, massive amounts of natural light, and those breathtaking 180-degree panoramic views. This focus profoundly alters the working environment. It creates a workspace that actively reduces stress and enhances focus. And that, I'd say, is a superior commitment to member experience compared to simply providing a high-gloss corporate finish within the necessarily constrained footprint of a W1 address. The cost-benefit of reducing staff turnover, even slightly, due to a better working environment, far outweighs the £30 saving, and arguably even the reputational bump Mayfair provides.
I think that's a compelling argument, especially regarding the ROI on human capital. However, let's pivot to the service model, because this is where I think the Mayfair listing truly shines in delivering efficiency. My core position rests on the necessity of that integrated, high-touch service model. The material emphasizes a manned reception, daily cleaning, and crucial ad hoc administrative support.
Those are the historical hallmarks of a serviced office, certainly.
They're more than hallmarks. They are operational time savers for highly paid principals. This model is designed to be all-inclusive and truly turnkey, minimizing the administrative burden. For a firm operating in Mayfair, the cost of an executive's time spent dealing with printing, our mail, or reception issues far outstrips the cost of this integrated support team. The value isn't in the tasks themselves, but in the efficiency dividend delivered to high-earning individuals.
I understand the appeal of administrative ease, but I would argue that administrative support is becoming a commoditized service. The Chiswick Park model offers different forms of flexibility and utility that are far more valuable to modern dynamic businesses that have already decentralized many of those admin tasks. They offer co-working space, a business lounge, and event space, all built around a communal hub area.
But I'd argue those are desirable amenities, whereas the Mayfair support is a critical service designed to preserve high-level focus.
I see why you think that, but I would frame it differently. The communal hub structure actively facilitates networking, cross-pollination, social events, a form of relationship building that's crucial to modern business that simple admin support just can't replace. This framework actively integrates work and community. This model caters better to varied work patterns, actively supported by the 24-hour access, which is essential for global teams. That flexibility and community integration is the crucial modern service, offering a superior platform for growth.
I'm not entirely convinced because true efficiency for a high-value, highly confidential firm is having every single administrative detail handled seamlessly by that friendly, fully trained team. That integrated system ensures the environment is polished and focused entirely on the client's high-level work. The communal hub, while it fosters networking, inherently suggests a less dedicated, perhaps more fragmented environment. It could potentially raise concerns about data privacy and client handling compared to a dedicated, bespoke Mayfair reception.
But that fragmentation, as you call it, is the very strength of the new economy. The Mayfair model is inherently structured and rigid. It reinforces a conventional, if not outdated, corporate structure. The Chiswick Park model supports a highly fluid environment where businesses can scale rapidly and collaborate openly. That reflects a higher operational utility for the contemporary enterprise, which values adaptability over rigid administrative oversight.
I still maintain that for organizations whose brand is inseparable from their location and who prioritize operational simplicity and client perception above all else, the unique combination of prime Mayfair prestige and that comprehensive seamless service justifies its position as the superior offering. The bespoke reception and dedicated high-touch support minimizes executive friction and it maximizes external visibility.
And I find that the prestige alone is insufficient to outweigh the combined logistical and physical benefits that are offered at a lower cost. The Chiswick Park listing, to me, demonstrates a deeper understanding of modern operational realities. It offers demonstrably better value at £450 through superior functional amenities, including the ergonomic design, the critical utility like car parking and direct Heathrow access, and a vibrant quality environment enhanced by those 180-degree views and all that natural light assets that tangibly boost staff retention and productivity.
That's an interesting point, though I would probably frame it as a very clear market segmentation choice. The decision between these two spaces really reflects whether an organization fundamentally values external signaling and the cost of capital, or if it values internal efficiency and the cost of its human resources.
Agreed entirely. These two distinct listings illustrate perfectly how the definition of a premium flexible office space in London is being pulled in two directions, between traditional market status and cutting-edge work environment utility. It presents a complex and, I think, a fascinating trade-off for any organization looking at the material.